It is exactly 12 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to Jeff Ganangate Live here at Citizen Television. On to business news. Now, the ongoing fourth edition of the American Chamber of Commerce AMCHAM Business Summit is set to surpass the $700 million worth of investment deals made last year during the third edition of the summit. The investment will target both the government deals as well as those from the private sector. According to AmCham board president Peter Ngahu, the summit could see deals worth up to $1 billion or 130 billion Kenya shillings. Jimmy Mbogo was at the summit. Here's his report.
It has become one of the country's most anticipated business forums, which links Kenyan businesses to opportunities in the US, as well as exposing American investors to opportunities in Kenya. This year's forum, building on commitments made last year, such as the removal of a 30% local shareholding requirement for businesses that set up shop in the country. This year, the summit aims to outscore last year, which saw the summit rake in $700 million worth of investment into the country.
My hope and the hope of the board is that we can exceed the 1 billion mark this year, but we'll see how things go. There's a lot of interest. Day one has been very good, and hopefully the momentum will continue into tomorrow. We have a much bigger trade delegation from the US and private companies coming in.
There may be deals that we are announcing, the big deals, but between delegates, there are connections that are happening that are meaningful from a commercial perspective. So we want them to get that.
The summit, which comes on the backdrop of concerns by American companies over corruption in government tenders, has seen the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry commit to opening a portal for all government tenders in an effort to assure them of fair competition.
And then corruption. It remains a consistent and persistent problem here, and one that does in fact require attention. Businesses bidding on government tenders need to know the process is fair and transparent. U.S. firms have limited success bidding on Kenyan government contracts, even when partnered with Kenyan firms or prominent Kenyan individuals.
We want to promote transparency so that American companies can have a fair chance and a fair uptake of the tenders that are there. We will be working on a portal where we can post all the tenders and opportunities, in addition to what we have at the Kenya Investment Authority.
To further address Kenya's competitiveness, the government has been urged to address challenges such as the volatile taxation regime. Moreover, the slow execution of government program has also been cited as a key bottleneck for investors seeking to tap into the Kenyan market. The Ministry of Trade has also been lauded for its efforts in ensuring a balance of trade between Kenya and the US, with the American ambassador announcing the opening of a Kenyan-based cloth line, Vivo, in Atlanta in May.
The trade between Kenya and US has shown steady increase, and the value of exports over the years rising from $29.9 billion US 10 years ago to the current 67.9 billion. And the principal exports have been apparel and textiles.
This year we will do over $1 billion shillings in revenues as a business. And the US is still a very tiny fraction of that. But we believe in the next maybe 5 years, the US business will be as big, if not bigger, than the Africa business. The purchasing power of even just the African-American community is humongous.
With last year's summit culminating in a $700 million investment in the country, this year's summit is expected to have more than that in investment, with the president expected to announce at least 10 deals that have already been signed tomorrow. Jimmy Mbogo.